Hi drummers, hope you're well. Just a little fun one for you today. How to play a basic 2/4 march on the drum kit. Sounds a bit like this. Or something like that. Anyway, so the basic sort of features here are a driving bass drum. One of the things about march is you'd expect to hear that bass drum played on the beat. This is in 2/4, so 2 beats in the bar, each of which is a quarter note. So the bass drum is just hammering away on those quarter notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm actually playing a hi-hat as well. I'm not sure how massively well it comes through. Perhaps I could have turned this up a little bit, but I'm playing like a splashy hi-hat. So you know when you press your heel down onto the hi-hat pedal and you kind of like it was on fire, you're trying to put it out, you were trying to put it out, you press your heel down and you lift up again quickly like this. You get that kind of cymbals, like that, recreating the sound of handheld cymbals, of course, clashing together, that kind of sound. On the acoustic kit in particular, that can make a nice, pleasing racket that can kind of really give a marching band type of feel. I'm playing that in sync with the bass drum. And then the basic pattern that I was playing on the snare drum there, which I think is just absolutely like typical of the march thing, is 1 and 2 E-ander. So 8th notes on the first beat, 1 and quavers, and then 16th notes on the second, 2 E-ander, and on the 16th notes we're buzzing the strokes. So 1 and the 8th notes on beat 1 are just tap strokes, regular hits, but on 2 E-ander I was buzzing them, as in playing multiple bounce stroke, right? So giving it, I'll link to the videos about this below, but giving it a pinch, a little bit tighter than normal. Here is between your finger and your thumb, fingers away from the stick at the back, so that when you press down into the drum, you get that 6 or 7 or so hits on the drum, up to about 10, something like that, but still with a rhythm, right? Still with 2 E-ander. This comes in at the grade 2 level, so I'll kind of address this as if I was doing a lesson to it for a grade 2 student. The thing with grade 2 is what often, and this is true of my experience of learning buzz rolls as well, is when we hear a buzz roll like this, the buzzy part, and I definitely did this, it's so easy to get seduced into thinking, like your ear gets seduced into thinking that you need to go faster than just ba 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 16th notes. So instinctively, I used to play it like this when I was 13 years old. I played it like this. I just thought it had to be fast, right? I thought it had to be fast wrists, but stick with it, no pun intended, stick with it, right, left, 1 and 2 E-ander, so 1 and 2 E-ander, buzzing on each of those 16th notes, and it will sound good. I always think, especially when you go slow with it at first, don't worry if you're hearing the wrist movements. That's fine. It's better that than to be just kind of panicking and doing it's often referred to as like a scratch roll, is it, when the drummer just plays like too quick. Like, that's not a nice sort of flowing musical sound to my ears. So stick with the 1 and 2 E-ander, 1 and 2 E-ander, and just smooth out your buzz roll as you go. One good way to practice it, I've mentioned this before quite a lot on this channel, is you can always do a couple of bars where you play tap strokes and then a couple of bars where you play buzz strokes, and just ensure that your wrists are going at the same rate, the same stroke speed, right? Buzz strokes, tap strokes, buzz strokes. You getting that? Beyond that, I was just kind of improvising, basically, so you can have a bit of fun with it and play around with it. And obviously, if you're doing your grade thing, you end up studying some march pieces along the way that give you some good ideas for vocabulary. But that's a good place to start, basically. 1 and 2 E-ander, 1 and 2 E-ander, and you can get going from there. And so on, just a bit of fun, and that'll get you started. In the Trinity College London Drum Kit grades, grade 2, this is one of the styles that you'd recognise as a whole part of the exam, which I always think is really cool, where the examiner plays on the kit, and your job is to name the style of drumming, the style of music from a list. At grade 1, it's straight eighths feel, and it's 3/4 straight, and it's basic Latin feel. And the grade 2, this one comes in, it's the basic 2/4 march and the 12/8 feel. So you have to recognise it, but also there's a part of the exam where the examiner plays on the piano, and your job is to play along. And the idea is it's in sync with those same grade levels. So it might well be that you'd have to play along in that fashion for a 2/4 march. It's just loads of fun to play, man. I think everybody who starts playing the drums, this is one of the things that we have in mind, I think, when we think of drumming, isn't it? Like a marching type of feel. And just because we're playing a drum kit, there's no reason to not be up on that style or be able to play that. It's so much fun. And I actually think you can really take off from it. I often use that as a basis for playing a little solo, or if I have to play like a drum solo or something interesting musically, I actually often use the march feel as a basis for that. So it isn't just about like military marching band type stuff. You can totally use it on the kit, I think, as a sort of creative spark as well. So hopefully that's useful. Thanks for watching as always. I really, really appreciate it. Please like, share and subscribe to this channel, please, if you haven't already. I hugely appreciate that. And if you've enjoyed these videos and found them useful, please consider supporting this channel. That's via my Buy Me a Coffee support page. Thanks so much. There's some amazing support this week. Thanks to all the lovely people who buy me a coffee. That's such a nice thing. That's a single one-off show of support, which I hugely appreciate. I need coffee in this game to keep going. And another great way is to become a monthly member if you want to go a little deeper and get some cool stuff in return as well. For £10 a month monthly membership, which is from the same page, you can get a whole load of cool stuff, including a practice plan, a personalized practice plan for you, which I'll write out for you. We'll have a complimentary 30-minute Zoom session or face-to-face from December the 2nd, we hope, again. And I'll formulate the plan for you, write it out. It's head, heart and hands, man. Section 1 is hands, as in rudiments and physical skills. Section 2 is head, as in music theory, understanding, learning tunes, that kind of stuff. Part 3 is heart, as in groove, feel, creativity. We hit each of those areas evenly, and which is my opinion as to how to sort of get the best out of being a musician from my perspective, and being a drummer. And you get a whole load of other stuff. You get weekly members video. Sunday is members video day now. You get email support, video support from me, a ton of other stuff. And also, obviously, you'd be supporting this channel, helping it grow. Loads of sign-ups this week, and I massively appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. I also did a lovely interview, actually, with a lady called Taryn Arnold for their channel, for the Buy Me a Coffee channel, where I talk about this thing, actually, and how I got into drumming and just stuff like that, general stuff, but also specifically YouTubing, and in particular the amazing, brilliant way that this channel is now supported and is fueled to grow so well by the people who watch it, which I will never ever get old, and I will never not find that mind-blowing that people all around the world are now supporting this channel and helping it to grow, and it's on the up and up because of that is absolutely unreal. And the supporters hopefully get something valuable in return as well. So I talk about that, so I'll link to that below if you're interested in watching that little interview I did. It's like a half-hour chat where I waffled on about that kind of thing, and it was super nice, super fun. So feel free to check that out. Thanks a million as always for watching and for all your support. If you have any questions about this or anything else, give us a shout and keep on rocking. See you soon. Cheers.